Alison Nystrom, and I am your adjudicator for the Elementary Voice Festival. I have had a wonderful time watching and listening to all the videos that you've made. You've put so much time and thought and care into these videos, and I noticed all the little details. Some of you had the sparkliest shoes, beautiful dresses, lovely bow ties, suit jackets. I really notice when you go the extra step to really take the time to prepare yourself and to look like a professional when you're singing. So today I wanted to show you a few things in this video that I kind of talked about with most people, and they're really important things when you're learning to sing. You are all doing a fabulous job, and your teachers are fantastic. Give them a big high five, because I saw so many healthy things going on and so few unhealthy techniques. So that's wonderful, because at your age, you want to start building a firm foundation so that you don't have to go back later and fix things. So the first thing we'll talk today about is posture. When we sing, you want to imagine that you're a puppet on a string. So like there's a string that's just holding you from the ceiling, and you can just move your arms freely and your legs, but you're dangling nice and tall. We never want to talk about being straight because our spine is not straight. It's a natural S-shaped curve, which means when everything is aligned the way it should be, your back, the spine, will be an S shape. So you want to start at the bottom, feet shoulder width apart, one foot slightly in front of the other, knees not locked, not bent, just nice and loosey-goosey. One way to figure out how far shoulder width apart is to put your fingers at your shoulders and then bend down with your hands there and put it on the ground. Oh, look, I did a good job. My feet are about shoulder width apart. It often feels much wider than we think, but we want a firm foundation because singing is a very athletic activity to do, and so we need that ready position. So we got our feet, our knees, our hips are balanced, and then our sternum, this bone right here, also known as our breastbone, we want it to start high and stay high. Your shoulders, you can roll them back a little bit, bring them up to your ears and drop them, and then that's where you want your shoulders to start and stay. When you take that inhalation, we'll get to this later, I don't want to see your shoulders rising up like this. We want to keep them nice and low in this position. Your head not tilted up, because when you tilt your head up, can you feel the tension on the sides of your neck here? I can. And if you tilt it down, I get tension at the back of my head. So you want your head nice and aligned. Take your nose and draw a figure 8 with it. This is an Alexander technique to help align your head on top of your spinal column. So once you've figured out your posture, you are ready to go. Now to talk about the next part is my daughter, Rosie. Rosie is 15 years old, and she's going to help me by teaching you how to take a good low inhalation for singing. I've got a TheraBand here in my hand. It's stretchy. You can get these from a physiotherapy place, a gym, or if you don't have anything like this hanging around, you can just use a scarf. I'm going to get Rosie to hold it right here, and then I'm going to get her to turn that way. Put your arm out, Rosie. We don't want your arm wrapped up. There we go. Keep your arm out and keep turning, please. Turn, 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 turn. So you'll need someone to help you with this. Turn, turn, turn. It's like we're putting an elastic corset. Keep turning all the way around. And then I'll tuck this in. What this band does is it will help Rosie to feel when she's breathing in nice and low. So Rosie, can you take your fingers and put your upper fingers on the front of your ribs and your thumb on your low rib in your back? Now, when I say breathe in, I would like you to breathe in into your low thumb in the back. You ready? Breathe in. Oh, that's really good, Rosie. I saw a little bit of expansion down here. You know what else I saw? I saw your shoulders rise. We don't want those shoulders to rise. We want them to stay low. So you breathe all the way around your body like an inner tube, but don't let your shoulders rise. Let's try that again. Let your air out and breathe in. Oh, that was much better. Did you see what Rosie did there? She was trying to fill her body this way, all the way around and into her low back. That's the best breath that will help you sing. Thank you, Rosie. The next thing, after you've learned to take that low breath and not raise your shoulders when you breathe in, is to keep those ribs out while you're singing. Now this is a bit more complicated, but I know you can work on it. So you breathe into your low ribs and then resist the urge to collapse. Your ribs are going to want to come in, but if you can keep those ribs out and allow your diaphragm to slowly relax up using your abdominals, then you'll have better control, better volume, better sound, less tension. So let's just try it. We'll let out all our air, then you'll release your low abs. Air comes rushing in low all around the rib cage. Then we're going to let out our air on a s while resisting the urge to collapse. Try and keeping that rib cage open. Do it with me. Here we go. Standing nice and tall like a puppet on a string. Check your feet to make sure they're shoulder width apart. Let out all your air. Release your abs, breathe into your low back. And resist the urge to collapse. And then when you're out of air, you release your low abs and air comes rushing into your lungs again. Should we try that again? Let out all your air. Release your low abs, breathe in. And that's a good way to train your breath for singing. In this next portion of the video, I'm going to talk about the most important tool that I have in my music room, other than the piano probably. It's a straw. Now, straws, you might think they're small, they're inconsequential. Why would she be talking about using a straw to sing? Well, they are something called, we can use them, and we call them semi-occluded vocal tract exercises. So it's just a fancy way of saying some of the air is blocked when we're doing these singing exercises. I have different sizes of straws. It's the diameter that matters more than the length. So this is the smallest straw, and this one, the stainless steel one, is my biggest straw. So what I do with my singers is after we've warmed up with the breath, getting the low breath working all around the bottom ribs, we take a straw and you choose a comfortably low pitch. You sing through the straw up to a comfortably high pitch, take a breath, and then sing through the straw down to the bottom. So it looks like this. Let out your air, release abs, breathe in. Breathe. Why don't you try doing that with me? Here we go. Let out your air. Breathe low into your ribs. The aim of this exercise is not to go too high and too low, but to make it as smooth as possible on the way up and as smooth as possible on the way down. If you feel like kind of a shift or a gear change, that's when you want to just keep working to smooth it out. So now I'm going to take my smallest straw and try this again. We'll do the same exercise, and I want you to pay attention. Is this easier? Is it harder? We'll see. Let out your air. Release your low abs. Breathe. There we go. So there is more resistance because it's a smaller tube. So for me, it's a little bit harder, but other people find it easier. Let's try it again. And this time we'll do hills and valleys, or rainbows if you will, just to go over those transition points in the voice. Let out all your air. Release your low abs. So these are really fun exercises to get your voice warmed up. I always feel so great after I do these. And if I'm traveling and singing and staying in a hotel, it's a great way to warm your voice up without using too much volume and getting your neighbors upset. In this next portion of the video, I want to give you some pointers to have the best product that you possibly can have. My kids and I have done a lot of background work and commercial work and working on TV shows, and so we have to do something called self-tapes. And this is what the acting directors always want. They want a solid wall of color behind you. If it's white, that's great. If it's green, that's great, but just nothing too distracting. You probably noticed that I opened my door and there is a lot of clutter behind you. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the clutter. Now, once I close the doors, it's much better and you can focus on me. Also, I turned off the lights, so it's just a little bit darker and harder to see faces. Having as much light as possible is going to give you the best result. Standing close enough to the video so that we can hear you is really important when you're speaking as well as when you're singing. In this case, I'm grading and I'm marking you as a singer, not your pianist. So it's more important to me to see you in the frame rather than the pianist. Also, remember to dress up. Your beautiful clothes, brushing your hair, putting on maybe a little bit of makeup, and shoes. Never wear bare feet, because sometimes that's the only thing we can look at. So wear fancy shoes, look good. When you look good, you'll feel good, and then you'll sing better. One other tidbit that I want to leave you guys with today is diction and how to make the words jump off the page and come alive on stage and in our imaginations. You guys sang some really fun songs like Computer Cat, Ed the Invisible Dragon, Coconut Man. And those words are so fun to say. An island in the sun, where people are so friendly. It takes a lot of energy to get those consonants out. So, an island in the sun, where people are so friendly. You have to use lots of air behind the F's. So it's not friendly, but it's friendly, right? And if you use a big S before sun, then it just looks like the sun is rising. I want you to take your fingers and put them right here. It's above your belly button. My belly button's down here. But it's your epigastric region. And I want you to say k, like cat. K, k, k. And I want you to feel a little pop. so that you're really activating and engaging those abdominal muscles. Now say cat, cat, computer cat. And it's fun when you're saying these words to pay attention to where the air is going. Come is in the middle of your mouth. Pew, the air is right at your lips. Tur, again at your teeth. Cat, mid-mouth, and then your teeth. So by playing with the sounds that you are going to pronounce in these words, you can add more air and color the words to make them come alive. So have lots of fun with that, because when you are having fun on stage, then we have a lot of fun listening to you. And there's nothing like seeing someone get up on stage and share a story and they look like they're having fun. There's just something really magical to it.